Hi everyone.
Hi, we're CraftyBeesFlorida.
I'm Christina.
And I'm Gayle. And we have a knitting podcast. Oh, I didn't want to start that way. No.
Why? It's a knitting and beekeeping podcast.
Well, it is, I know. But today is December 7th.
Episode 13. Yep, and we were in a different spot today. I know the last one we videoed from my house, and now we are in the back of your
At
house.
my house.
Yeah.
So you were the waterfront mouse, and I'm the country mouse. So we're out here. I live on 5 acres out in the country. You can see my little daily visitors behind us. I have a pair of sandhill cranes who come by every day and hang out and sometimes make lots of noise. Hopefully they're not going to make a lot of noise during our podcast. But
It would be kind of cool though, because I don't hear sandhill cranes very much.
No?
I mean, as long as they don't like go on forever.
Yeah, well, sometimes they do, but we'll edit that out if that starts happening. And maybe you'll see my horses wander by. This is the pasture behind us, so they saunter by all day long.
That would be super cool.
Yeah, I think they're over by the barn right now. But
I saw them in the pasture when I was driven. I think they're that way, not by the
barn.
barn.
They are?
I think so.
Okay.
I think so.
Okay.
So anyway, well, have you had a busy week? We had Thanksgiving. Sorry,
did.
I asked you a question and then just barged right in.
It's
We had
okay.
Thanksgiving. How was your
did.
Thanksgiving?
My Thanksgiving was good. It was busy, although I didn't have as many people as I usually have. I just had 6 people, but my husband's sister always comes and stays with us over that time, so she was here for 4 or 5 days, and that's always fun. And the most fun part about, well, not the most fun, I shouldn't say that, but she always decorates my tree while she's here. So I got all my Christmas decorations done and didn't have to lift a finger because that's part of her tradition. She loves to do that, and so
that's awesome.
now I just let her do it.
Guess how many Christmas decorations I have up?
0? 0.
0. I have not prepared for Christmas at all yet. So
there's still time.
like
and you know what? And if you don't, who cares, right?
That's kind of the way I feel about it. We don't have little kids, so I'm kind of like okay with it.
Right.
But you know, whatever. So that's cool. And then you did something else.
Oh, I did. I went out to Oregon. I just got back last night at. I got home here at about 1 a.m. I went out to Oregon to visit my daughter, Olivia.
How was that?
It was great, although the sun did not shine once.
Oh, gosh.
It was very
Were you
dreary.
going through withdrawal?
I really was, because when I got up this morning, I was so happy to see the sunshine. Yeah, I didn't realize how much of an effect that would have on me, but we're used to a lot of sunshine here, so.
Yeah.
But I know probably a lot of people who watch us are in the throes of that fall and winter dreariness, which actually is kind of cozy. I mean, we still had a great time. We, you know, we went to a yarn shop in Portland that one of Olivia's friends' mothers works at.
Nice.
Yeah, and went to a craft show and just did some fun little girl things. So we had a really good time.
That sounds great.
Yeah. What have you been up to?
Well, we had, Thanksgiving. We went to my sister's, so that was pretty low-key. But Jason, my husband's parents, were coming in the next weekend. So I impromptu asked my mom if she wanted to stay, because she knows them, and they just moved back to Maryland. They lived here in Florida for a while, and they moved back to Maryland. And she said yes, so she came and stayed with me for the whole week.
Yeah, she's so much fun. I never met her.
That's right. You did get to meet her.
Oh, you had a birthday too.
I do.
You had a busy couple weeks.
I did. It was so super busy, and I have my best friend made a surprise visit to Florida, and so we went out one day and had a great time. And gosh, what else did we do? Oh, I had a flat tire.
Oh no, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh,
No. it wasn't too far from home, and I was thankful because I was driving back from Wesley Chapel, which is about an hour about an hour from home. It's not too far.
Down the interstate.
Yeah, down the interstate.
Yeah,
So
that would've been
I had
bad.
gotten off of the interstate and was in Parrish. So maybe 10, 15 minutes from home. And it blew out the side. How weird is that?
Yeah.
So
Oh, that must have been scary. Was that
well,
scary?
I wasn't going that fast, so I was kind of like, what was that noise? Because it was like a really weird noise. And then I was like, boop, 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 you know,
Oh.
now your little dashboard will tell you low tire pressure, you think?
Wow.
So, yeah, so I pulled everything out. I called Jason and just told him, you know, I'm going to change the tire. I'm maybe, you know, I'll try AAA. We have AAA, but
Yeah.
they take so long to get to you.
Yeah, now
mean,
they
you-
do. They didn't used to.
Yeah, so he was like, Christina, I'm coming. And he came up in like 10
Oh,
minutes.
good.
But
I was gonna say, really, you called him and said, "I'm changing my tire." I can't
Oh.
imagine he would have allowed you to do that.
No, he wouldn't. But I mean, I'm not gonna be like, come change my tire for me. I mean, I'm a capable.
Really?
Yeah, no, I'm a capable woman. I can do it. But I was like 98% confident. All I
Okay,
had to
good.
do was say, I'm gonna change my tire, and he's gonna be like, I'm coming. So it wasn't like that. But you know, when I
That's
learned to
good.
drive, my dad made me, you had to learn to change your tire, you had to know how to change your oil, and you had to know how to drive a stick shift before you were allowed to drive.
Wow,
Yep,
that's good.
yep. No,
That's
I
a good
haven't changed a
practice.
tire in umpteen years, and I still haven't. I
Well,
still
good.
Yeah.
I'm glad to hear it.
Although I did get confused. You know, they have those newfangled, like, what are those called? The little things that you slide under and it wedges the car up.
The jack?
Yes, a jack. They're newfangled now. They're little, you know, little contraptions. Did you know that underneath on the chassis of your car, there's actually an arrow, if you get down and look, showing you where to put that jack?
No, I did not know that.
Yes,
Oh my
because I told
God.
Jason, I said, teach me how to do that with that jack, because I was confused part. I had everything out ready, you know, when he got there, so we didn't have to try and do any of that stuff.
Mhm.
But I was like, how do you do this jack? It shouldn't be that complicated, but whatevs, right? Anyway, so there we
Now
go.
you know.
It was very busy, you know. It was
Mhm.
nice. It was wonderful. We had a great time. I didn't get a ton of knitting done. How about you?
didn't? I did get a ton of knitting done. You know, I mean, the clock is ticking, and I'm making Christmas presents for people.
That's right.
So, yeah.
That's right.
Luckily, I picked
Are you-
projects that are bulky wool, and
Mhm.
yeah, I got a lot done.
Are you going to be able to show them because they're Christmas presents?
You know, I am. I think my children are pretty bored with this podcast. I think it's doubtful that they're. And if they do watch it, then oh well. You know,
Well, they still have to try
they're
them on.
grown-ups.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. Do you want to go first? Did you get something done? Something finished?
I did, but first I want to tell you this really funny thing.
Okay.
So, because I'm going to forget. So, you know, I have 2 Christmas trees. I have the
Mhm.
main one, which my sister-in-law does.
Right.
And then I have a small tree out in my sunroom that's all of my, like, hobby ornaments. I have all kinds of honeybees and birds and different things on it. And I decorate that one myself. So I hadn't quite finished it when I left for Oregon. And I had left this whole big thing of balls that I was going to put on when I got back. Now, but not all the balls go on the tree, okay? I have these tiny little balls that I always put in this little vase because I think that looks really cute. You know, they're all sparkly.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Mhm.
So that's what I was going to do with those. And when I got up this morning, I realized that my husband had, now he never does anything with the tree, nothing.
Right.
Doesn't go
right.
near it. But I think he thought he was going to be helpful.
Oh.
And so he took
that's
all the
sweet.
little balls
Mhm.
and put, now maybe you do this, but I've never seen this done. He took the little balls and put 2 little balls together on the same branch. So everywhere that there are small balls, there are two of them. There's a set of balls. There must be 20 sets. Two little balls.
Is it like a little tree penis? Little branch
No,
penises?
I don't know. I've never seen anything like it, but
That's hysterical.
I know. I know
Is
he
that what
thought he
you
was
think of
helping.
every time you look
Yes,
at it?
I mean that's what they look like. These two little dangling balls, and they're all over the tree. I'm sure he thinks
You
it
can't-
looks
it's a
very
good thing
festive.
You don't have grandkids coming in yet.
I know. Anyway, he finished the decoration.
That-
So, you
that
know, I
was
had
very-
so much help
That
this
was
year with the
very nice
decorating.
of him to
It
help
was.
you.
It's so funny looking.
That's
Oh my
hysterical. I
God.
love it.
Yep.
I
Okay,
love
so
it.
I'm going to show a finished object
All
then.
right,
Oh,
let's see it.
actually, we have finished objects. We're wearing them.
What are you wearing?
I am wearing my unbearable sweater.
That really turned out nice. So
Thank
you had
you.
a chance to really block it, wash it, and spend some time with it, huh?
I did. And how
Looks
about you?
great.
What have you got
This
there?
is the Coco knit sweater. And you know what? I was like, Christina, write down which one this was. I think it's the Molly. So it's
really
perfect. I
nice.
really love this sweater.
Yeah.
It turned out perfect. I wish I could stand up and show you guys, because look at my armpits. See how high they are?
Yeah, they're just where they need to be.
They're just where they need to be.
And there's some shaping in the waist.
There
you can
is.
see that.
There is. I did shape the waist, and so this is. I thought I had brought the other one. I might have left it. You know, the V, the
Oh,
Easy
yeah.
V one, because if you look at it, the armpit is here in the
Mhm.
Easy V. Now the Easy V is a
Well,
very relaxed
yeah.
sweater, so it's just kind of for moseying around the house, or you
And
know.
it's a different construction too. It's you know, the ones with the yolks, because I noticed this feels a little different too. Now I stopped
Mhm.
sooner than I should have, just because the experience you've had
Right.
with it being too long, but it still feels, it has a different feel, like a little tightness around here,
okay.
you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah, that's probably
think
the
it's-
color work, maybe,
Yeah,
or it's just
and
a
the
little too
yolk,
far
I
down.
don't
You
know.
might be right.
Yeah.
You might be right. It's just a different construction.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is one of my favorite ones, and this is the
It's
one
really
that I
pretty.
measured to figure out, like, this is the good sweater, and if I could find if I have a different sweater, I would make the measurements try and match.
Oh yeah.
You know, I mean,
Good
other
idea.
than, you know, a nice loose construction, if it's just supposed to be a big boxy sweater to wear at home with a comfy cup of tea or something,
Mhm.
it's great, but
Okay. Well, let me show
Okay.
you the first sweater of Christmas.
yay. Gosh, you're doing
So,
good.
Yes. I haven't
Oh,
woven
that's
in
so
some of the
cute.
ends yet, because I figure I'm going to let Olivia try it on, and then I'll block it and
Mhm.
finish the...
Oh,
So
that
this is
so
the
cute.
Felix pullover
I love it.
by Amy Christophers, and I made this out of Malabrigo Mecha. This is the colorway Jessica, and it's really pretty. It's, hopefully you can see that it's got some lavender and peach.
That's coming through great.
Good. So
That's beautiful.
yeah, I'm really happy with the way it turned out. And
That
you
didn't
know,
take you long at all to knit either, did it?
no, maybe 10 days.
Nice.
Less than 2 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah, really was very easy. So the body is knitted on size 10 needles, which
Nice.
is why it goes so fast. And then for the ribbing, it's a size 8.
Size 8.
Yeah.
Nice.
So yes,
Excellent. Is
so
that
that's
your
my
is that your only finished object?
Well, it is, and I might as well show the other one that I'm working on, though, because they
Yeah,
kind of
they kinda go together.
So this is for my daughter-in-law. I love saying
Oh.
that.
I know.
So I'm making her
Oh, that's a beautiful
The
color
same
too.
sweater.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a beautiful
So I'm
color.
working on the ribbing now, so I'm almost finished with that. That's one benefit of having a long
I mean,
plane
hold it over
ride.
here. I know, right? Oh,
Yeah, I
that's
got
beautiful.
a lot of
Oh.
knitting done. Yeah.
That's got some lavender in there as well.
It does, yeah, but it's more of a lavender and taupe and gray.
Right.
Hopefully you can see that. Same kind of yarn, Malabrigo Mecha.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
This is the colorway Zelda.
Zelda.
Yeah.
Wow,
And
I
it's
like it.
Oh, it's great yarn. So easy to work with. Yeah.
Awesome.
So that's what I'm working on.
I have
Yeah.
one finished object now. It's not knitting though.
Oh.
Nope. It is. So this is the Felted Sky, the project that we got in Rhinebeck.
Yeah.
And so,
Oh my gosh, I can't wait to see this.
let's see. I put it back in the box because I wanted to show you guys everything.
Wow.
So this is the picture. What do you think?
I think it's beautiful.
So I'm gonna hold it up closer.
It's
Just because when I had it close, when I look at it close, I'm like, I don't know if I like it.
Oh, I think it's great.
But
What
far
don't you
away,
like? Why
far
don't you
away,
like
it's
it?
not bad. I'm gonna say because the highlights, I was getting confused. Like if the sun was coming in this way, all the highlights should be on the same side of the branches and at the same side of in the water. I was kind of picking it apart,
Oh.
you know, and it wasn't really centered. I like it though. It
Well,
was
if
my
you have any art professors over at your house, they might have an issue with that. But other than that, I think
yeah.
everybody. Oh no, it's great.
So this came with everything, including the frame. I did stain the frame myself.
wow.
I thought that the darker color would look good with kind of a piney background. I have to show you this, you guys. This doesn't look bad. It's the first time I've ever done this. I'm
Yeah.
pleased with it.
Good.
I think it took
You
a
should be
total of
pleased.
4.5 hours.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, look how much you have left over.
Look at all of
Make
the
another
wool
one.
I have left over. I know. It's so much wool left over that I was like, and then some I hardly used at all. Just a couple of little pieces, and I just put them back in their wrapper and everything. So,
Yeah,
yeah,
that turned out so nicely.
I was looking
For a first effort. I mean,
exactly for a
it
first
looks just
effort.
like the picture.
It does kind of look like the picture.
does.
It's not, I don't think it's as good as the picture, but you know what? You've got to practice these things, you
Yeah.
know? So, and for first effort, I think it looks great.
I think it does
I
too.
can put it up on the wall and people will know what it is. They're not going to be like, did your kids do that?
That's right.
I think.
Yeah, no, it's really good. Really good.
Yeah, so that's my only finished object.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What about the thing you were working on for your sister? Not done yet?
It's not done yet. I don't know. I love your face. You're like, oh, you're in big trouble. I know.
She's going to go off to London with nothing to keep her warm.
She might.
Oh, well.
But, you know, it doesn't take that long to do one of those. Where is that little sucker? Let's see. I think I got it right here. And this is the Celtic Mist Shawl. I don't remember who it's by. I'll look that up in just a second. I mean, I'm making progress. You know, got this much
Oh, yeah.
done. So,
Well, I can see why maybe you'd need a break from that, because that's really intricate.
yeah, and it doesn't take that long to make one thing, but it's you have to concentrate. And you know, I'm a TV,
Yeah.
I'm kind of
Yeah.
a TV knitter,
Yes, you are.
So-
I can't do that.
so it's tough
No.
for me to just sit in silence and do that.
Yeah.
So, and it's like, oh, I've got so many interesting things to do that to concentrate on that so hard is a little difficult. So this is my, which bag is this? My Fancy Boy Designs bag. And
Oh, it's so cute. It's got flamingos
Little
all over it.
flamingos all over it. Taking a
Aw.
little break, having a little rum punch.
Mhm. Aw.
Let's see.
Yeah, I forgot to even say what mine was in. I have my sweaters in my red Staggerwing bag. Look at that.
Yeah. Oh, that's beautiful.
So
did you
nice.
carry everything with you on the plane in that beautiful bag?
You know, I didn't take this beautiful bag. I had it all in my backpack so that I could carry it, you know, on my shoulders. And
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
you know, I treated myself and went first class, so I had plenty
Really?
of room
Good for
underneath
you.
the seats.
Oh.
And on every leg of my flights, everyone was nice, except the last little leg coming back from Atlanta to Sarasota. This woman I was there early, got my seat, and this woman shows up way after when they were about to shut the doors and looks at, so I had my backpack, I had my purse, and then I had another bag of snacks just in case I needed something.
So
And she
rejuvenation.
says, well, that's quite a collection you have going down there. And I was like,
Wow.
I know, so snarky. And I said, oh, do you need more room for your things? And she said, no, I think I'm fine. I was like,
Wow.
I know.
I mean, you weren't in her space, right?
No, I wasn't in her space. I mean, I don't know.
You
Anyway,
know, maybe
no, I
you
didn't
should
take
just
this,
get
but
a hobby, lady.
you know what her hobby was? She was
Apparently
playing
looking at other-
solitaire
Yeah?
on her.
And
so
her
I was
hobby
like,
is telling other
"Mhm,
people they got too much stuff.
that's right. That's right. Oh well.
I know, right? So that is the Celtic Mist shawl. It's by Aceta Krebs, and I am using the recommended.
Oh, the horses are going to come by now because the lady's here to feed
There
them.
you go.
So watch for horses in the background.
Trying to
They're
figure out
gonna
my
come
needle
galloping
size
by.
here. What are my needle size isn't super small. Let's see. One circular needle, a US 7. I am using the recommended size. So US 7, and it's a Baracco cotton yarn.
It's
that I'm
really
using.
beautiful. That color is gorgeous.
Oh, thank
Oh
you.
yeah, she honks and they come running.
Oh, is that what happened there? Perfect. All right, what else you got? Anything?
I do.
She's whistling for it.
She is. I know. They're
Here they
lazy
come.
today. Oh, there they come.
Who's that one?
That's Star. She's a Palomino.
Okay.
And Ginger, the paint, will be bringing up the rear.
Does she always come last?
Yeah, typically Star's the one who's the leader.
Hungry.
Yeah, always. Yeah, I don't know where Ginger is. Oh, here she comes. She's old.
Is she?
Star's,
How
yeah,
old is
Star's
she?
only about 5, but Ginger's about 24, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. How long have you guys had Ginger? For all of her 24 years? Or?
No,
No?
no, my husband's had her for maybe 15 years or so.
Oh. She's slow. She's poking. She's poking
She
right
doesn't
along.
usually poke along quite that much. She must have been doing something interesting in the
No.
front pasture there.
She's so beautiful.
Yeah,
I
there
love
she
all the
comes.
colors. All right. Now we were distracted.
We were. Okay. So, when I was in Portland, the yarn shop is called For Yarn's Sake, and it's in Beaverton, Oregon, which is a suburb of Portland.
Okay.
So this woman said, when she knew I was from Florida, you know, I picked out this beautiful yarn, and they totally talked me out of it. It was baby alpaca and fine merino, and a couple
That
of the
sounds soft.
It was so soft. But they both said, you know, this yarn is so warm, you will never wear it.
Right.
So I finally put it back. However, the one lady said, this is something that might interest you. This is
Okay.
by Juniper Moon Farm. It's called Cumulus Dappled, and it's Israeli Mako cotton with a touch of nylon for strength. And I have never felt cotton.
Cotton?
It's cotton.
Doesn't look like cotton.
It does not, and it does not feel like cotton. But feel that.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that amazing?
That feels lovely. Look at the squish on
I
that,
know.
you guys. It's got a little bounce to it as well.
I know. So
And
when I
it's
saw
really-
it, I had to have it, to be honest.
Oh, that's a unique color blend too.
Isn't it?
What is the name of it? I can't read it without my glasses. Can you? I
It's
got my
called
glasses.
June Afternoon.
June afternoon. How sweet. Oh, it's getting chilly now.
Yeah, thank goodness, because I was going to get hot in this sweater if it didn't start getting a little chilly.
Well, very
So,
cool. What did you only
yes.
get one skein of it?
No, I got 3, but I just brought one
Okay,
out.
right.
So.
Do you have a pattern intended for it or not really?
You know, this woman said she was making a ranunculus for her daughter, and I thought,
Oh,
oh, that's a good idea. Yeah. I haven't seen many ranunculi in a pattern yarn, so I'm
it
not
would
quite-
be interesting to see what it comes up with. Most of them are solid colors,
well,
right?
I know, because it's got all that
Right.
lace work up
Right.
at the top. I
Right.
don't know how that'll look in a pattern, but I guess we'll find out.
Yeah. What else do you have? What else are you working on?
Oh
Should I go?
my God.
What?
Yeah, you go. You go, and then I'll talk about this.
Well, I'm still working on this pressed flowers. I have made
I can't wait to see that.
I've made progress, but I am just diddling along, which
Ooh,
yeah,
it's pretty.
I know. Look at the colors coming through.
Yeah.
I mean, the colors are ending up being beautiful,
They
but
really are.
I don't know why I am not engaged in this.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
I
so
don't know if it's
pretty.
just so much back and forth and back and forth.
Yeah.
Because I think this is the back and the 2 fronts, and then I
Oh.
split somewhere in there.
Because it's the cardigan.
Yes,
Yeah,
this is the cardigan. So it's
Well,
beautiful colors. I'm loving how
yeah.
it's looking. I have not, let's see, where's my progress keeper on it? Oh, it's over here. So, kind of made some progress.
Yeah.
So, a little bit more to go, and maybe I'll split
Oh,
for the
it's really
sleeves.
pretty.
Yeah.
I
I'm
can
super
see
pleased.
though, I mean, when you're making a pullover and you're going in the round,
Yes.
that's one thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, having to go back and forth.
Yeah, it's just,
Yeah.
and I still get the color changes. It's every couple of rows, the colors do change.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's interesting to see that, but it's not interesting enough to keep me captivated.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Yeah, so the yarns I'm using are Big Truck by Primrose Yarn and Miss Babs, her Laurel Falls sport yarn, and the name on this one is Muslin.
So that's the main color, the pink.
The main color, the pink color, is Miss Babs. And I'm trying to think what size needle I'm using. I'll have to look that up. I'm not 100% sure, to be honest. See if I have it in my... Whatever the pattern called for, I went down
Oh, yeah.
one. I always go down one needle size. So it called for size 3 for the ribbing, and so I did a size 2 and a size 5 to obtain gauge, and I went to a size 4. So I dropped the needle size on both of those.
Are you happier with your color changing yarn now?
I
Are you
am.
happier with the
I am.
contrast?
I am. I really do. I really
really
do
pretty.
like it. I like it. It's showing up those flowers
Yeah.
very nicely. So I'm not disappointed with that, with the colors that I chose. I think I could have done better,
Yeah,
but does everybody feel that way a lot of times?
I think so.
So it's okay.
There was so much to, we got that at Rhinebeck. How could you possibly make a decision?
Well,
It was very difficult.
Yeah, it was. Especially because I wanted contrast.
Yeah.
So,
And you got it.
yeah. So, and it looks beautiful. I'm happy with it so far.
Yeah.
So, what you got?
Oh, I thought the sandhill cranes had gone away.
I did too. Oh, there he is. It's like, what?
Yeah. It's like, were you talking to me?
What you got?
Okay. So, I was looking for a sweater to make my son.
Right?
I think I showed it the last time.
You did.
Yeah.
You did. It was a beautiful sweater. Did you
Yeah.
get the yarn?
I did get the yarn.
That's exciting.
And, I always thought that I couldn't find this yarn, this Drops yarn. It's called Drops Snow. And I could not find it in the US anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
But I went on the designer's webpage and she was having a Black Friday sale where everything was 50% off.
Wow.
So, I went a little crazy.
Look at that. Look at that box.
So this is actually the sweater. You may
That's
remember
really
from last
cool.
time. It's called My Fall Sweater by Siv Kristen Olsen.
And it's so beautiful. And your son is an artist. He's really going to
Ah.
appreciate the artistry that's going to go into this.
And
Oh, you found something
I
else
found
to make too?
something else because, like I said, everything was 50% off on her website. And this yarn that, some of this yarn looks like it's her yarn because her company, her web store is I'm sure I'm butchering this because she's Norwegian, garnhimmelen.no.
Okay.
And some of this yarn is Garnhimmelen, the
Oh.
super fine alpaca. So
Are you going to show the yarn?
I'm going to show the yarn, but first I'm going to show this. So she sent me the loveliest note.
She did.
She did.
Oh, you're
Look,
losing everything.
I know. Dear Gayle, thank you for your order. Have a nice pre-Christmas time. Love, Siv.
Oh,
That's sweet. And so look, I saw this and thought, well, that's nice.
beautiful.
So
Now, is that her pattern? Did you buy that?
I did. Well, it came with the yarn. The whole thing came
Oh,
together.
okay, like a kit.
So, yeah. So now I have this giant box
wait.
of...
I was going to
Okay,
say,
I'm gonna
here, let
turn
me
it around.
take this stuff
Thank you.
so
Oh,
that
yeah,
you
it came
can...
with a bag. It says, this is my knitting bag. And... I did. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Oh, welcome. Miss Olivia's good?
She's good. Sorry, that was the lady who comes and feeds the horses. Okay, thank you. So she obviously doesn't realize that we're making video right now.
That's okay. Oh my gosh.
So look at all of this yarn. This is like 3 deep. I mean,
Oh my God, you went,
it's
you went crazy.
But you know what?
Here, hold it a little bit so that everybody can see.
Yeah.
But you've got
I
different
mean,
ones.
But there's
Look
there's
how
more.
fluffy that one is. Show.
So fluffy.
Yeah.
Look at the hair.
But that's
it's
different.
so soft. Feel
That's-
it. Yeah, this
different
is
than
super
this
fine
one.
alpaca. That is
Looks-
alpaca silk from Drops.
Very nice. It's
And so you
beautiful.
hold that along with this here.
Oh. Oh.
In
Very
the
nice.
first sweater.
Very nice.
Yeah. You know,
Wow.
all of I thought, oh my God, this is going to be ridiculously expensive.
Right.
However, if you ordered more than, I think, $150 worth, the shipping was free.
Okay.
And so for I actually got 3 sweaters worth here for under $200.
Wow.
And it's
That's
all
really good.
alpaca silk,
That's
some
really
mohair.
nice. And these
Kid
are
mohair and-
these are really nice. These remind me of the loopy, or what's it called? The really kind of airy yarn that's very popular
like
right
the
now.
Surrey alpaca? Or-
No, because that's thinner.
Yeah.
But that's okay. This seems like a really airy. What is it?
And
a
it's called
DK?
Air.
Oh, I guess.
It's a medium thick blow yarn made of baby alpaca and merino wool.
Very
It is so soft.
It looks lovely.
Yeah.
Wow, good
I know.
for you.
I was so excited because
I'm a little jealous of your.
I never order yarn from Europe, you know, because I'm always
Yeah.
thinking. oh
Now,
my-
what's the name of her company? I don't think you said that.
I think I did, but I will say it again
Okay,
and I'll
well-
put it up here. It's called Garn Himmelin.
Oh, you're right, because you were like
There. See that? Yeah. So go to her website. Her sweaters are beautiful.
Mhm.
You know, they're mostly bulky
Right.
because she lives in Norway and they
Right.
need to be warm.
Right.
But yeah, now I have people up north to knit for. So I'm knitting
Nice.
all
You're
the bulky stuff I can right now.
so lucky.
Yeah.
I mean, you finished that one sweater in 10 days, so that's great. That's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Very cool. Do you know what? I did a little cast on.
You
I
did?
did, despite the fact that I've not finished anything.
Well, who's counting?
Now, I'm going to show you the pattern on this one first, though. It's I found this designer forever ago, and she's Two of Wands. That's the name of her company. I don't know what her name is personally. And so it's a terrible picture, and I'm gonna apologize, you guys, but I don't have a color printer anymore. I had to go to laser for work, so.
Oh.
So it's called the Two of Wands, and this is the Winter League pullover by the Two of Wands. It's not called that. And it's a nice split hem sweater, and somebody gave me some new knitting needles for my birthday.
Oh.
Thank you. Where are they? Let me show everybody these, because I'm gonna rave about these a little bit. These Talgoo needles. Gayle gave me them for my birthday, which was such a generous gift, and I'm so thankful for them.
I was so happy to give them to you. It was very exciting for me to give
So
you those.
I couldn't wait to cast something on. So I tore my yarn room apart looking for this meta yarn that you gave me for my
Last year.
birthday last year. And I've cast that sweater on.
It's gonna be really nice.
See how that, isn't that a pretty color? Oh my gosh, just beautiful.
Love it.
And so this is wait.
Arco Iris, right?
Arco Iris Mecha. So it's
I
bulky.
think that's Spanish for rainbow.
Oh, is it?
I think
Oh, look at you. You know lots of stuff, don't you? That's why I like you.
Yeah, right.
I'm like, hey, what's that
I am a
word?
complete fount of useless knowledge.
There's worse things to be.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Ooh, that's
I
gonna be
cast this on.
nice.
Yeah, it's actually supposed to be done in the US 11. I'm doing it in the US 10. I'm right on gauge. I've decided, and this is a risk, to do the extra small. And I'll tell you why. Because I measured this sweater, and I like this sweater. Look at this beautiful chart she gives you.
Oh wow.
Just on all the sizes. So, you know, she gives you everything from, you know, circumference, arm length, length for your collar if you have a certain, you know, some people don't like it tight, some people don't.
Right.
So she gives you everything, and guess what? It's free. This pattern is totally free.
Really?
Yes. Now, you can buy it on Ravelry and get a nice PDF, or you have to go to her website and look at her blog. But it says right in Ravelry, if you want it free, just go there. And I was actually going to buy it to support her.
Mm-hmm.
You have to go through that stupid PayPal, and I don't know if anybody else gets irritated with PayPal like I do. I hate PayPal.
Oh, I love PayPal.
Do you?
I do.
Oh, God.
I am PayPal's best customer.
Yeah,
I don't think I should be so proud of that, probably, but
I'm a PayPal hater.
oh,
So I wish there was another
well, I'm
way
making
to
up
pay.
for it.
So I did grab the free one, but she's got like 200 patterns or something like that.
Wow. Well, we'll put the pattern information in the show notes
Yes.
below. So.
Yeah. And so far so good. I mean, she's been easy to follow. It's my first pattern by her, the Two of Wands. And the story there is she was somewhere, she climbed some mountain and she went and got her tarot cards read. And the
Oh.
Two of Wands was what came up, and so that's when
Nice.
she named her
I love
company or
that.
her blog. So yeah.
Wow.
So far it's been easy to follow. I'm
Good.
pleased with the pattern. There hasn't been a lot of questions. So
Good. Well, I can't wait to see it when it's done.
yeah.
And
So-
that yarn, you're gonna be done in no time.
Yeah, I'm hoping that. I'm hoping I have a little bit left over. If it fits and I get to keep the sweater, I'm gonna
To
make.
keep this.
If it fits.
Oh, I see.
Because I'm doing the extra small.
Uh-huh.
But the measurements on the extra small were the same as this one. So,
Okay.
and I'm on gauge. So
Good.
we'll see how it goes. I never know. You know, some people are so confident. I'm making a sweater and I know exactly what to do and it's gonna fit perfectly. And I'm always like, it's a crapshoot.
Yeah.
So
well, I hope it works out.
yeah, but if I have some extra, I'll make Sammy a matching sweater.
Oh, there you
My
go.
little dog.
Aw.
Take him out.
Aw, good. What else have you got over there?
What else
see
do
some
I
other
have over
patterns or
here?
something there.
I do. Do you know what? I don't know of anybody else. I get nitpix emails, and in December they're doing like a free pattern a week.
Oh,
And
wow.
I wish I could have gotten this in color, but this was their free pattern this week, and it's quite cute. Just top down, just a little bit of lace here, and it just so happened that I have a lot of the yarn that they use in this particular pattern.
Oh, which is what?
So it's Wonder Fluff. It's their Wonder Fluff, which looks just like
Oh.
that
Oh,
yarn that you
yeah.
just got. It's kind of that
Right.
blown look.
It's
And-
what you made that kitty sweater out
Yes,
of, right?
exactly.
Uh-huh.
And so
So
last
soft.
year, their big sale, I bought a bunch of it.
Oh, good.
And of course, I still have a bunch of it. So I'm thinking, it's a beautiful light blue color that I had. And I saw this pattern that's just
Oh.
specifically for that yarn. And I thought, I wonder if my mom would like a little sweater.
Oh, wow, I bet she would.
Yeah,
And that
so-
yarn is so nice and soft.
It
She's
is.
gonna
It's
love
wonderful
that.
yarn. So I am going to try and make that. And anyway, if you want another free pattern that's nitpix, go in and subscribe. I mean, you just get notified of their sales and stuff, and then you get a free
Yeah.
pattern a month.
Oh, good.
A week for the month of December.
Uh-huh.
I think is what they're doing.
Great.
Yep. What else do you have?
I have nothing else. I don't have a single other thing.
You don't? Oh well, let me show my sock.
Oh, show your
I
sock.
finished this one sock. Remember, this is the one where I didn't upsize it, so it's a. And I don't know what I was thinking. I made like a baby sock.
Oh,
I mean, it's cute, but it looks like a little kid's sock.
does it fit you?
No, it doesn't fit
Oh.
me. I can't even, because this is Colorwork, and you can see it just doesn't have any stretch. So,
It's so
I
beautiful,
can't
though.
get it over. It was supposed to have a little green like leaf design here, and I guess I was just like,
Kind of like the leaf up there.
yeah, kind of
Yeah.
little leaf pattern, and I just didn't even do it, and so I was like, oh, it's gonna be plain, and just popped a little color change at the end. I mean, it's a cute sock. I haven't started the second
Beautiful.
one yet, but
Is that from that Stone Knits?
it is. It
Uh-huh.
is Charlotte Stone. This is Lavender Fields, maybe.
Beautiful.
So yeah, this is
I can't believe you made a sock that didn't fit though. You're like the sock queen.
well, on the last Colorwork sock, it says to increase because this won't get that stretch. So you increase the color work, and I just didn't. I just thought I made one pair and then I was an expert. Oopsie.
Well, you are an expert, in my opinion,
Well,
when it comes to
I'm an
socks.
expert at making other people's socks. So that's it. Going to somebody with a little foot. I don't know who yet.
Darn. Coming to me then.
Yeah, well, not me either. That's all I've got too.
Yeah.
So I
It's
guess
the holidays. We're busy with lots of
Yeah.
different things. So.
yeah, exactly. Oh, and there's a helicopter for
Yeah.
everybody.
There you
Looking
go.
at traffic probably.
Right.
So shall we talk bees?
Yeah, let's talk bees.
I posted quite a few things on Instagram.
You did. People were very interested in them. People are always interested when you post little videos about your bees. You do a very good job of
Aw, thank you.
Yeah.
You post them too, so.
that. Yeah, but people aren't as interested in that.
I don't think
know
that's
why.
true.
No?
Well, you didn't like post a robbing situation. I mean,
I
bees
didn't.
fighting is very exciting.
Yeah.
See, I jinxed myself. Wasn't it just our last podcast? And I said, well, you always talk about robbers, but I never get
Oh,
robbed.
yeah.
That's what I said. And then I was getting robbed. So it was, I just drove by in the car and I was like, it looks like we have a situation. But I think I was leaving the house to go to the office. I had to meet some clients at the office. So I couldn't do anything about it.
And there were just a
at that
bunch of
time.
bees just all over the entrance, just
Yes.
all gathered. Were they flying, or they were flying around, right?
Yeah. I'll just do a little, if I can find it here. I hate how now, all photos, there we go. Apple has changed it so you get little albums.
I know.
I'm like, daggone it.
Are you getting
Just leave me alone.
like no seams or something?
Are
like
you?
that? Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Getting-
So I'll just show a video on my video. Just a little quick. So that's them robbing. And you can see them fighting on there. They're
crazy.
fighting at the top and they're fighting there. So when I came back, I took that video. And Gayle, I had no idea what to do. I didn't know what to do to save these bees. Because one of the things that I read up on later, because right then I was in total panic mode, like, oh my God, what do I do? And but one of the things that I read later was that the bees go in, so they're taking the resources, but they're killing the bees and killing the queen, and then whoever won't come, they're supposed to take these bees back to their hive and make their hive bigger and better. And if you won't come, then they kill you. They'll kill everybody. Whoever won't.
Really? I didn't even know that.
Yeah, that's what a couple of the
Wow.
videos that I watched on it later. That's what they said. So I was like,
God.
so I didn't even know that at this point. I'm just totally freaking out. I put on my bee suit right after I get home, and I go out there. I'm trying to figure it out, and the purple hive was really the only hive that was being attacked that badly. So I ended up just taking tape and taping over the entrance. Now I realized that I locked the robber bees that were in the hive. I locked them in.
But you had a small, sorry, I think a red ant just bit me.
Uh-oh.
You had an entrance reducer on
I
there, right?
did,
So you
I
probably
did.
didn't have too many robbers in there.
I don't know. It was
Pretty dramatic.
It was
huh?
very dramatic. It was a lot of bees right there at that entrance. I mean, bees going in and out, a lot of bees going in and out. And I don't have any idea who was who. So I just taped it shut. So whoever was robbing that was in got stuck in, and whoever was defending the hive who was out got stuck out for the night. So that's when I went inside and said, okay, at least everybody's it's done. Nobody can keep going in. We can't keep
Right.
having this situation. Let me see what I'm supposed to do. And so I watched that video, and so they said a robber screen is what you need. So of course I looked it up, and I'm looking on Amazon for this robber screen, and it'll be like next week or whatever that I would get this robber screen. Well, that's not gonna work, right?
And what's the gist of a robber screen? Does it just let like one bee in at a time? Or
Well, I'm
something?
gonna show you.
Okay. I don't know this information.
Let's see, I'm gonna show you right here. And don't pay attention to my redneck duct tape. It just is what it is, and I'll let you see it. Let's show
Is that
everybody.
politically correct?
I don't, probably not. So this is a piece of wire. So right here, this is wire, and then so it goes from the entrance, and then it exits up here. So you just make a little channel out of wire, and then
Like wire mesh?
yes,
Okay.
like hardware cloth.
Okay.
So it's got to be like 1/8 of an inch. So I'll hand this to you in a sec. You can look at it. I know it's hard to see this way. I duct taped it, even though a lot of people use push pins or staples. I just got out my handy dandy duct tape and did it that way, and it worked.
Oh, good.
And so the gist of it is, here, you can take a peek if you want to. The gist of it is that the robbers come in for the smell, because we are feeding our bees. So they have a lot of great smells coming from their hive that these other bees don't have.
Interesting.
So they come to the entrance where the scent comes out. And so our bees that are coming from inside the hive come out, and they go up that little channel and they exit the top. And so the gist is that the robber bees don't really figure out
how
they've
got
got to
in.
go up to go down. They stay right there at the entrance where the smell is the most.
Interesting.
So that's the gist of a robber screen.
Wow.
And so instead of paying $25 for one, I went to Ace, grabbed one of those, and
Good for you. Solved your problem.
stood in my kitchen. You have to put it on at night when your bees are in. So I'm
Oh,
out there
yeah.
at midnight. Jason and I are out there duct taping
Oh,
the
gosh.
stuff to
Wow.
the hives to try and save them. And it seems to have worked.
Good.
Seems to have
Good.
solved the issue. And so while all this was going on, I got another little ball of bees in my bee yard. I'll show you that for whoever didn't see it on Instagram. So that's my yellow hive, and so this is just a little cinder block, and there's a whole ball of bees under there. So I was like,
That's the back of the hive.
right, it's the back of the hive. Thank you for saying that. I was like, I don't know what's going on.
Well, as soon as you told me that, like when I first looked at it, I thought it was the front of the hive, and I didn't know what was going on.
Right.
But as soon as you told me it was the back of the hive, I recognized it as an issue that I had last year.
Right.
That one of our professional beekeepers in our group had told me about, because I saw a queen in the middle of the little ball that was on the back of my hive,
Oh.
and he said that's called a usurpation swarm. That's when a queen comes to another hive and tries to take over that hive, a hive that's got resources already, and at this time of the year,
Right.
you know, there's nothing for them, so
Right.
where are they going to swarm to?
Right.
You know, they're going to swarm into a tree. You know, it doesn't help them at all to swarm when there's
Right.
no food for them to get going.
Right.
So they'll go to an existing hive
Mhm.
and try to, so you probably would have had another robbing situation from that hive.
Right.
Very
Well, they
interesting.
did come in the next day. I noticed all of my hives were being attacked. And so I took out my handy dandy duct tape once again. And
Yeah.
I duct taped, because sometimes the entrance reducers get moved. You know, maybe a raccoon or something gets up there and musses with it in the middle of the night or something. And so in order to just forego any of that because they all have entrance reducers. The bees only have like this much space. So I got out there with my duct tape and duct taped those entrance reducers in place, and I made the holes. I mean, the holes are so small now. It's just one little tiny bee can get in and out at a time on all of my hives. And I'm going to address more of that later. I'm going to tell you more about that later. But
Oh, I
let's
can't
go back
wait.
to our
Okay.
ball.
Okay.
So we've got this ball. So I call Gayle. I'm like, what the heck is that? So I'm being robbed and this ball shows up all the same day. So it's a day. I'm like
Yeah,
totally
it was
like,
a
what?
Stressful day of beekeeping.
It was.
Christina's stressful beekeeping day.
There you go. Exactly. So I'm looking for, if I've got, oh, here it is. I think this is it. Let's see. So this is what I did with that ball. I put them in a little box, and that's all the bees in the box.
In the beehive. Yeah.
Yeah,
in a hive
tiny,
box.
tiny little hive box. So I just scooped that whole ball and put it in that box. This is the box. So they're living in there now, and I did give them a little robber screen as well. And I went in there yesterday, and they've got a big, beautiful golden queen
Oh my
right in there.
gosh.
Yes. So she's in there. I don't have any built out. I didn't have any built out frames to give them. So they're
Oh.
starting completely from scratch. They are
really?
putting, I didn't
You
really.
know what? I've got some in my freezer right out here in the
Do
barn if
you?
you want some. Yeah.
Yeah, I would take one or two because she doesn't have
Yeah,
any place
give you
to
as
lay.
many as you want. Yeah.
So they're building wax. I didn't keep it open yesterday because of the robbers in the yard. It's not as bad as it was, but I don't want to keep the hives open too long if I can
Sure.
avoid it. So I did see a big fat golden queen in there. So I was super pleased
Wow.
about that. And then I go into the purple hive. I have no queen once again. This will be their third queen they've lost. So now, and they've got a big, beautiful queen cell.
Really?
Yeah. So I'm like, I don't know what happened because they just
Okay.
got robbed last week, and the queen cells, I mean, it's closed and everything.
It's been there a while.
So I'm like, I don't know what's going on. So then I'm thinking, should I put that little baby hive with this purple hive, combine them, they'll be stronger together. But then I'm like, but they're already making a queen. You know, she's almost done cooking, probably. I don't know. How long are the queen cells closed before
About a
the
week.
queen emerges? Okay,
About
so
a week.
yeah, so I'm guessing
You
it,
have one of those wheels too, don't you? Did you
I
get
never
that?
I
No?
never got a wheel.
Okay, well, we'll look at it when we go
Okay,
in the house,
yeah.
because that'll
It's-
tell you exactly. But I think it's about a week that, you know, it's 16 days start to finish, and I think it takes them, you know, 8 or 9 days.
Well, they've got to feed her all the royal
Right,
jelly and do all
right.
of that.
And then once they close it up, I think another week or so.
So I'm like, well, they're building her. They've already made a queen.
Right.
But then I'm thinking, you know, how is she gonna mate at this time of year? Because you guys, and I think we told you all last time, this time of year, you know, all of the
drones.
all of
They
the
kick
drones, they kick the
out.
drones out and they kill them. You know, if they don't leave on their own, the girls in the hive kill them. You know, you're not staying here anymore. And I know,
Just
probably,
taking up space and eating food.
yeah.
Typical man.
So
Sorry.
you're cracking me up. So, well, they're good for changing tires.
That's true. And double
Double balling your Christmas tree. That sounds dirty too, double balling. So I'm wondering, you know, not all of my hives have killed all of their drones. I think last time I was in,
Yeah, there are still some
Yeah.
drones. They don't kill them all. So,
off with their heads.
right.
So
They leave a few for
so I
changing
don't know.
tires and
Yeah.
stuff.
Double balling.
Sorry.
So I don't know who she's gonna mate with, but you know, I figure I'm gonna give them a chance.
Yeah.
You know, if they want their own queen and they need to make her, give her a chance to come back.
Right.
And
Right.
I
mean, it's not gonna hurt anything to let them, you know, hatch that queen cell and give it a couple weeks to see if she does mate. And if she doesn't, you have a queen there. You can just combine those hives, and then you will have a. How about that? How about that? That you have a nice fat golden queen in there.
Well, see,
that you were gonna give me.
Well, I'm sort of hoping that my girls make this queen and she does good, because then I will give you that nuke, because I don't want another. I don't want another one. But if I have to
have
use
those
them
resources,
to combine, I'll do
absolutely.
That, they're pretty.
Keep them there until you know what you are gonna do.
Yeah, but
did you see mine when you came in?
I did.
They're doing great. They're
yeah, they looked really nice when I saw
of birds out here today.
I know. Well, it's time for them to get a little something to eat, huh? Some supper. Yeah, your hives look great.
Yeah,
You went in there and they looked good.
Yep, I went in there. They are all very strong. So I was very happy. I went in there like the day after Thanksgiving, and
now are you feeding yours? No.
No, but I left a lot of honey in there after I did the last extraction, so they had a lot of surplus honey in there, and I'll check them in another week or so, or maybe this weekend. That'll be 2 weeks.
Now, you know, I left a lot of honey in mine. I didn't extract any from yellow, I didn't extract any from blue, and I only took the top super from peach. They had all the rest. I've been feeding mine. Peach is eating 1 bottle a week. Yellow also. I went into blue today and they're hardly eating any of what I'm feeding them. Now obviously the two baby hives, they're eating, but yeah, it's very interesting. Very interesting. So
I don't like to feed them if I don't have to. I mean, I will. If they don't have anything there to eat, you have to feed them.
Well, I'm going to tell you this. I think I noticed behind the post office, somebody has about 20 hives, and that's probably 1.5 miles from my house. About 20 hives. They've got them all down to brood boxes, and they're not feeding them. And I will bet that swarm came from that little apiary there.
Sure.
And I thought,
interesting.
Do you want to put your swarm catcher? What is your swarm? What do we call that? A swarm catcher or a swarm box? Don't you have one? Did you buy one to catch a swarm?
I don't have one anymore. Remember, I had one and my husband thought it was packing material and chopped it up and put it out in the recycling.
I do remember that, but I remember going to Man Lake and you had one in your basket and they talked you out of buying it because you were going to do what? I thought you had something else here. No?
Yeah, I think the guy said just put it in a nuke box with a swarm lure and just do it that way. I think that's what he said. So
well, if you want to try and catch one, I bet we can catch another one from that.
Well, you know,
if they're not feeding.
Right. I mean, there's a bunch of hives right around here too. I don't know why I've never been successful, but yeah, I'm probably not doing it at the right time of the year.
Well,
but I mean, it's not swarm season right now, so yeah, you're right. If they're not feeding them, that's probably exactly why they came to your house.
Well, it's kind of my guess. If they didn't have any resources, if somebody, yeah, and it's not that far, so I can see where they would just kind of bump, and then end up in my yard where I'm feeding them, and it probably smells pretty good, right? You know, I had another little note. You know that blonde girl with that Texas Bee Works?
Yeah.
Have you seen the controversy?
No.
All the beekeepers. So, if you guys haven't seen this girl, she's the cutest little blonde girl. I mean, and she's very zen-like, and she's always out working with the bees, and
never wears any protective equipment.
No, which is highly
picks them up with her
unusual.
hands.
Highly unusual. I think a lot of people, even really professional people, even if they're used to it, they still wear something over their face, right? So, but she doesn't do any of that. So apparently, all of these beekeepers have got on TikTok, which I'm not on TikTok,
No,
but
I'm not either.
and they're like, "Oh, you're a liar, liar, pants on fire. You're not really doing that, and your husband is out there setting stuff up, and you know you've got half the hive out. You're not really doing that," because they're thinking that she's setting the whole thing up because she's so calm, and it's so she makes it appear very easy.
She does.
And
just picks them up with her sweet little hands, you know, just a big ball of bees, and puts them in a it's very cute.
It is.
It's entertaining to watch.
I love to watch it because
I
it
do
just
too.
calms you down and makes you, you know.
And it was another great day of saving the bees. She always says that at the end.
I don't remember
love
that. Anyway, I never questioned whether she was telling the truth or not. And then I'm like, I kind of caught on to that. You know, they had a big, you know, kerfuffle about, is she a liar, or are these other beekeepers, are they just jealous?
Yeah. Well, I kind of take it with a grain of salt, and to be honest, it seems a little irresponsible to me because, you know, I don't think you should encourage people just going out and scooping up, you know, taking up beekeeping without any equipment on and without taking the proper safety precautions. And I think she has a couple of, I think I've seen her in a couple of videos where she says, you know, to be careful, and you know.
And I've seen her in a couple videos where she actually has
a veil
on.
Yeah, but and there are beekeepers who go out with just a veil, and
Absolutely.
you know the people at University of Florida, when I was there in October for a class, they had a veil and nothing else. They were just picking up frames with their hands, so they would have shorts. And so, you know, a lot of people do that.
What's his name? The main guy there? Jamie Ellis. I heard him on a podcast. What's the name of his podcast?
Two Bees in a Podcast.
Two Bees in a Podcast.
That's a very entertaining podcast.
Yes,
by the way.
it is. And I heard him talking about that once, where he was talking about he would go out and work the bees wherever they were, like training somewhere in a different country, and he would work the bees with just a veil on. And one of the reasons that he did that was so he was very conscientious of where he put his hands and how he handled the bees. And he was commenting that he was working with someone from a different country who always wore gloves and a full outfit, and they were much less conscious and therefore more disruptive to the bees. And so the bees would get kind of cranky and sting him. So, and I mean, so I can kind of see where if you're very calm and you're not excitable, I'm not that way. I mean, me scooping up that whole scoop of bees out of that cinder block, I had to stop a couple of times and say, Christina, relax, slow down, go slow, you know. Otherwise it was like, oh my God, they're not getting in the box like they're supposed to, because they don't just march in. I mean, she shows them, she holds them like this, and they're all marching down into the box. Mine didn't march anywhere. They were like...
Mine have never marched anywhere. I don't know. And I can have 3 hives that are perfectly lovely and calm, and then the 4th hive wants to kill me. So, you know, I don't have the confidence to go. And I do not like being stung. And I'll be stung, you know, a lot of times I'll even be stung through my suit, you know, and I realize, I'll tell you, the last 2 times I've been stung, it's been right here on the inside of my arm.
That sounds painful.
Well, you know, it's not as painful as you would think, because at least that's in a spot where I can brush it off right away. So, you know, it doesn't really, the stinger isn't left in there. That's when it's really bad, you know, because you can't take your suit off and get the stinger out. But I feel like sometimes that's true. Like when they sting me right here, it's because one of them
You
is just
got 'em.
walking along, and when I'm picking something up, I squish it with
Right.
my arm, and so it's just a natural defense mechanism. So
Yeah.
I feel a little bad for that. But
Yeah, I did that the other night when we put the robber screens on. When we were out there, I said, look, I'm just gonna peek inside and make sure we still have bees in there. I mean, who knows, what happened? We could be too late. And so I picked up the roof, and there was a little bee right under the lip of the roof. I put my finger right on her, and she stung me, which, I don't blame her for that.
Well, right.
But my hand swelled up. It
Oh.
stayed like a marshmallow hand for like 2
Oh my
days.
gosh,
I was like,
yeah.
good gravy. I never usually have a reaction like
Really?
that.
Oh God,
Yeah.
I always do.
Do you? Yeah,
I do.
yeah, I don't a lot, but I don't know if that was just like the very tip of my finger.
Yeah, it
And,
just got you just
yeah,
right,
just right.
in your bloodstream or something. I don't know.
I don't know. I was quite swollen there for a few
Yeah.
days, but
Oh.
whatever. That's
Well,
crochet.
you got lots of exciting stuff going on,
I
and I can't
do.
wait to see what happens in a couple weeks if
I
that
know.
queen cell hatches. And
Stay tuned. We'll see if we
Yeah.
can ever get that purple hive with the queen.
Oh
I'm
my
not
gosh.
sure what their mission is. I mean, what happened to the queen? They had to have had that queen cell being made prior to being robbed, don't you think?
yeah, I would think.
I mean, if it's already closed,
Right.
and I looked yesterday and it was a closed queen cell, and I wish I would have had my phone to give a picture for everybody, but yeah, so they had to have it made before. I'm like, I don't know what they're doing.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Only they know what they're doing.
Yeah. So,
Well, anyway,
right.
I guess we're gonna wrap it up.
yep.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. We hope you enjoyed all of our trials and tribulations and
Animals
stories.
and
Yeah.
all that good stuff. The horses.
That's
I got
right.
distracted when you were talking. There's a squirrel back there eating now.
Well, if you liked what you saw, we hope that you'll like and subscribe,
Yep.
because it helps other people find our channel. So,
Yeah, thank you guys so
yeah,
much.
thank you. We hope you're all doing well, keeping
Yeah.
healthy and happy, and doing lots of knitting or crocheting or whatever crafting you like to do.
Yep.
And we'll see you in a couple weeks.
Yep.
So
Have a great few weeks.
Yeah, happy knitting. and
Happy beekeeping.
beekeeping.